What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys about how I was able to level up my trading and feel like I'm on a really great hot streak, and my trading gone from being already really good to even better, and some steps that I took to do so, some steps that maybe you can take as well and do some of the similar things that I did to take your trading to the next level. That is, maybe that you're not profitable and start becoming profitable. That may be that you're profitable already and just want to get better. I hope you watch this whole video because there's going to be a ton of great information, so make sure you don't miss any of it. And of course, if you like more educational content, make sure you go down in the comments, let me know what you want to watch next, leave a like, leave a subscribe button, it doesn't cost anything, and as always, let's get straight into the video. I feel like my trading has evolved and gotten better in the last 3 to 6 months. But why am I saying that? I'm not saying that just to say it. It's actually the stats that back me up. I keep track of my trades, how much I'm making, and everything in between. If we look at my win rate, has gone up. If we look at my risk reward, has gone up. If we look at my losses, they've gone lower. And it all seems like everything is sticking and doing really well. Some crazy stat, I'll probably post it up. In my last 4 weeks, I've only had, I think, either 2 red trades or 3 red trades, something really insane, and those were really small, and the rest were all green, making it over 90% win rate with over 30, 35 trades. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you'll see it on the screen. That's really good, guys. But I want to talk about how did I level up my trading? How can you level up your trading? Well, I'm not only going to talk about 3 steps that you can do that I did, and you can follow along and do the same, but I'm also going to break down some trading, some actual technical analysis. What are my trades looking like? I'll talk about some really great trades I took last week. My first thing that I want to bring to you guys is how little I'm trading. I used to trade a lot more. I used to trade 7 trades, 10 trades a day, just a lot of trades. But I've learned that less is more in life, not just with trading. And I told myself this: if I took 7 trades and every trade took me about 30 minutes to understand, make a plan, stop loss, profit targets, right, everything in between, well, if that took 30 minutes, well, imagine what I could do if I took 1 trade that took me 3 to 4 hours. How good that trade would be. And I put that to the test and I started doing that. And I think you should start doing that. Depending on how long you're trading, if you're taking 3 trades, spend that time you were taking all 3 and put it into 1. And you'll see your win rate go up higher because your analysis will be so much better. Am I right? If you think how much you think your trading will be better on 1 single trade, if you spend twice as much time thinking about it before taking it, more likely you'll be right a few more times that you'll be wrong, right? Just because you have more analysis, more time to think. Compare this to chess a little bit. When in chess you have time controls, right? You have a 1 minute time control. It means it's moving really fast. You only have 1 minute to make all your moves. But now if you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes to make your move, you have a lot more time to think, and your moves will be much better consequentially. So think about trading a little bit of the same. So spend less time on a bunch of stocks and more time on a very few. And that ties in really well into step number 2, cutting down my watch list. I used to trade a bunch of different stocks. I used to love to go down the watch list, like, oh, what's the hot stock of the day? I cut down my watch list to very few stocks. And 80% of my trades have come from 2 tickers, SPY and Triple Q, and they're very similar in the way they move. They're indices, right? So they I have no problem. Volume, liquidity, I've spoken about this before, but the reason why I keep talking about it is because it's true, and I need you guys to do the same to improve your trading. Less is more. That's going to be the motto of today's video. Now, I do look sometimes at some other stocks that I have on my watch list, whether it might be Coin or Tesla. So I have a watch list about 3 to 10 stock max, but I'm not looking at them every single day. For example, the Coin MDs, I usually tend to look at them on the weekend unless I get an alert. Set your alerts and just wait. Be patient. I know we want to get into the charts and just take a bunch of trades to make money, but the money will come if we follow our plan correctly. So set your alerts and wait for those major alerts to get hit, and then go on about your trading. My third tip is the risk reward. If a trade doesn't make sense for your risk reward, just do not take it. Simple as that. Before you take any trade, you should ask yourself, before you even understand profit target, where is my stop loss? And if you notice your stop loss being too far, where the trade won't make sense, then it's just a situation of just waiting for the right setup. Even if the trade does work out, guys, why does it matter? We used to always get caught in, hey, I missed this trade, I missed that trade, I missed this trade. There's always a next opportunity in the market, and it's always a next trade that you can take. So don't fear if you feel like you missed a certain trade, because I promise you another opportunity will come up. It is all about being patient, and the market knows you're not patient. Then it tests you, and when it tests you, a lot of times it wins. Now let's jump a little bit into the charts. I want to break down 2 trades I took last week, and something that you can learn from, something you can understand, and maybe you can look for into your trading. Alright guys, so I want to talk about two trades that took. One was on Tuesday and the next one was on Wednesday. Two back-to-back trades. As you guys can tell, with these trades I was able, one was a long position and one was a short position. But why was I able to take those trades and what can we learn from them, right? How can you take trades like this that have really good risk reward? As you guys can see here, this one all the way to the bottom, let's say you were able to hold it, was almost a 1 to 5 risk reward, and this one's from the bottom to the top, which we almost nailed, was a 1 to 3.3 risk reward, right? These are really great risk to reward. And what can we learn and why did I take them? As you guys can tell, I'm on a 5-minute time frame. But my trades never start on a 5-minute time frame. They usually tend to start on a 15, 30 minutes or hourly time frame. That is because I draw my major levels of support and resistance, right? The screen lines you guys can see, it's support and resistance, supply and demand. Those are the levels that I'm looking for. So let's start off with our Tuesday trade, and we're looking to Wednesday. To keep in mind, Wednesday was also CPI, so there was a was post-news event. As you guys can see, this huge green candle was a CPI, and then the rest of the day was was the regular market open. But Wednesday we had the CPI, and I want you to really, I'm gonna go over the Tuesday trade, but the Wednesday trade will be really interesting, and it's gonna be a secret CPI technique that I use that I don't think I ever really spoke about. I know I spoke about it in our Discord, but this will be really interesting for you guys to learn on this Wednesday trade. So let's go over to Tuesday real quick. And Tuesday was very simple, guys. It was this 49.4 level support I had, previous resistance. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. And then support back here, and if we keep going back, you can see support many times over. So I had this level drawn out, and I was looking for a liquidity grab, right? Liquidity grab. That's why I got in at this bottom level, because I was looking for a quick move down to then go back up. That means that the longs were gonna stop out, right? It was like, hey, we lost the support. The shorts were loading in the shorts, and they both get screwed over, and it runs back up. So I waited for this candle to play out, and it was all alerted and posted in my Discord. Wait for this candle to play out, and then for the confirmation with the higher low here, guys, right? And we talk about the higher lows, we talk about the cha-cha, change corrector all the time. The higher low to confirm the liquidity grab. So this was the liquidity grab candle, right? The quick move down and then straight up into the higher low. Take a long position there with a stop loss below that wick, aiming for, in the case, it was the 410.2, which was the high of the day first, and then it was a $411 level there, which both were hit until it sold off towards the end of the day. Very simple, guys. No indicators needed. These indicators, they would have been here. They would all been above it and telling you not to long it and to go short. You're getting screwed over. Very simple, guys. Understand liquidity grab. Wait for your confirmation. Wait for the supply and demand. Wait for support and resistance. Zoom, make your major levels on the larger time frames and then go to the smaller time frames. Now, that was a good trade, but now I want to really talk about this CPI trade on a 30 minutes. So the 30 minutes. Why am I talking about the 30 minutes, Antonio? Why? What's up with the 30 minutes? Let's go to it real quick. So this was the 30-minute candle. Now I'm gonna remove all the drawings and I'm gonna redraw everything. So when this 30-minute candle draws out, guys, this is the strategy I have for this for the CPI. So go to the 30-minute candle, which was CPI was, which is this one. I draw the top and the bottom, and then I draw the middle candle, the halfway mark, exactly the halfway mark. The way you can do this, you take your Fibonacci, exactly up, exactly down, then click on settings, remove everything. In this case, I would even remove my golden pocket and only have your 0.5. Then you take your 0.5 and then you can make an exact horizontal one right there, and then boom, you have the top, the bottom, and the halfway mark. Don't worry, stay with me. I'll explain why this is so important. So I have a strategy with CPI is I take either long or short position based on the next 30-minute close after the CPI candle. So the CPI candle, I draw my 3 levels and then I take it long or a short position based on those levels. If we close below the 0.5 level, which you guys see that we did, right? So this is the 9:30. This is when 9:30 happened. I take a short position. So boom, we close below. I took a short position, mentioned in the chat room. I took a short position on this with a stop loss above this high. Aiming, guess what I'm aiming? The bottom, because I know the bottom will be a bounce. So then I will catch the bounce at the bottom. I will take a long position, right? If we close above that, if this 30-minute closes above, I'm taking long position, aiming that 0.5 retracement mark. So what I mean by that is, I take a long here with a stop loss below this level, aiming the top. In this case, would have probably worked. Not the best risk reward, but it would have worked. And then if the next 30-minute closes below this 0.5, you go short again, and that's kind of it. So that's the way I took this trade, and it's a really interesting strategy that I think works very often when you're trading post CPI news, not FOMC but post CPI. Now, if this had closed green above it, like I said, this was a green candle and closed above it, above the 0.5, guess what I've done? I would have gone long. And then if this closed above the top mark, I would have gone long right here and lower, right? If you closed below this level, then I would have gone short back to this 0.5. So it would have been something like this. If you close above, if you close below, and then you short. So that's how I trade the CPI news. It's really a simple strategy actually, but if you go and back test it, it works very often. It's a little bit of a hack. Never really spoke about it too much. The Discord people know because, you know, I gave them the best call outs. If you're on the Discord, that's where you gotta join. And try this strategy next time you trade CPI. Hope you guys learned anything or two. Hope you guys enjoy this type of videos. I love making YouTube videos, so make sure you run it up with the likes, the comments, and as always, peace.